the young, and the restless spoilers. Welcome back to our channel. It is a beautiful night here, and honestly, my brain is absolutely spinning with the latest developments. Grab a snack and get comfortable, because we have a massive, show-altering bombshell to unpack today, and I am still trying to process it all. Okay, so I've been thinking about this, and Billy Abbott is completely losing his mind right now. Like, he is getting so incredibly aggressive about this whole Chancellor Winters situation. I mean, we all knew he was obsessed with the idea of taking over the company, but this is a whole new level of unhinged behavior for him. He just cannot let it go. He wants Chancellor so badly, and he is acting like it's his divine right to just swoop in and take it away from everyone else. But then again, maybe he actually believes that? I don't know. It's weird. Like, really weird. The whole thing is just weird. He's strutting around Genoa City, bragging to Audra, bragging to Lily and Kane, just acting like he's already won the war before the first battle even started. Actually, no. First I should mention Lily, because Lily is the real MVP right now, and I am completely obsessed with how she is handling this. I was watching her reactions, and she is too strong. She is so fearless right now, and I am absolutely here for it. She is not backing down from Billy at all. Why would she? She built Chancellor Winters into what it is today, alongside Devon and everyone else, and she firmly believes that what she has is hers. She is not about to let Billy just waltz in and claim it because of some ancient, unpaid loan from John Abbott to Philip Chancellor. Lily is basically looking at Billy like he is a nuisance that she just needs to swat away. She has zero fear of him, zero fear of his threats, and zero fear of the Abbott family's legacy. Wait, let me back up. The loan. Right. So John Abbott gave Philip Chancellor a loan decades ago, and Jill kept it a secret. And now Billy is using that as his legal loophole to claim that Jabot, and by extension, the Abbotts technically own Chancellor. Which, okay, maybe legally he has a leg to stand on? Kane even admitted to Victor and Adam that Billy might have the law on his side. But morally, it's completely messy. And Lily is just not having it. She believes that the company she runs is hers, and she is standing her ground in a way that is honestly making Billy even more frantic and aggressive. Billy is getting so aggressive because he simply cannot get Chancellor Winters easily, and he hates being told no. But here is where things get really complicated. Victor Newman is getting involved, because of course he is. Victor cannot stand to sit on the sidelines when there is an opportunity to crush Billy Boy Abbott. Kane went to Victor and Adam and basically spilled the beans about Billy's plan, and now Victor is fully supporting Lily. Well, I say supporting, but I mean not exactly, but kind of. He's using Lily's side as a convenient excuse to go to war against Billy. He wants to defeat him. He wants to absolutely destroy him. Okay, I know I just said Victor is supporting Lily, but hear me out. Victor doesn't actually care about Lily's feelings in this corporate war. He cares about Catherine Chancellor's legacy, sure, but mostly he just hates Billy. He has always hated Billy. I stay up way too late thinking about Victor's motivations, and I swear, his hatred for Billy goes so much deeper than just business, or even Victoria. It's almost pathological at this point. He wants to destroy Billy at every turn. And now he has the perfect excuse to do it, and he is throwing all of his massive Newman resources behind Lily to make sure Billy fails spectacularly. Which brings me to Jill. Jill Abbott. Jill is watching all of this unfold, and she is absolutely panicking. She is forced to act. She sees Billy getting more and more aggressive. She sees Lily fighting back with everything she has, and worst of all, she sees Victor Newman circling her son like a shark smelling blood in the water. Jill knows Victor better than almost anyone. She knows that when Victor decides to destroy someone, he doesn't stop until there is nothing left but ash. Jill is desperate. She knows that Billy is completely out of his depth if Victor gets fully involved. So, what does Jill do? She secretly goes to meet Victor. I mean, just picture this scene in your head, because I cannot stop visualizing it. It's late, probably in Victor's office at Newman Enterprises. The lighting is dark. Victor is sitting behind that massive desk of his, looking all smug and powerful, and Jill just storms in. You know how Jill gets when she's protecting her cubs. She is a total mama bear, and she is furious. She is pushed to the absolute edge of her sanity. She starts yelling at Victor, like really screaming at him at the top of her lungs. Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to harm Billy? And Victor is probably just sitting there, steepling his fingers, giving her that classic, infuriating Victor Newman smirk. He probably says something condescending like, Your son brought this upon himself, Jill. He is a scoundrel. Victor always calls him a scoundrel. Or a punk. He just dismisses her completely, thinking this is just another one of Jill's hysterical protective moments. But Jill is not backing down. She is desperate. And desperate people do drastic things. She screams at him, asking him how he could possibly want to destroy Billy. And then, oh my god, my brain is literally exploding just typing this. Jill screams at him, he is your son. Wait, what? Let me type that again to make sure I'm not hallucinating this entire storyline. Billy Abbott is Victor Newman's son. No, wait, that can't be right. But it is. Jill reaches into her bag and pulls out a piece of paper, and she throws a DNA test right in Victor's face. She literally throws the results at him. It hits his chest, falls on the desk. The results are right there in black and white. A 99.9% match. Billy is Victor's biological son. Okay, wait. Let me back up. Let me really back up, because I need to process this and my brain is moving faster than my typing right now. How is this even possible? Over 40 years ago, yes, Jill and Victor have a history. They slept together. It was a mistake. A massive mistake from over 4 decades ago, and Jill hid it. She hid it this entire time. She let John Abbott believe that Billy was his son. She let the whole world believe Billy was an Abbott. She let Billy believe he was an Abbott. Why? Why would she do that? Okay, let's analyze Jill's motivations here, because I'm going down a massive rabbit hole, and I cannot stop. Jill probably knew that if Victor found out she was pregnant with his child back then, he would have taken the baby. Or he would have used the baby to control her for the rest of her life. Victor is ruthless with his children. Jill wanted Billy to have a good life, a stable life. Well, as stable as it gets with the Abbotts. She wanted him to be John Abbott's son, because John was a good, kind, loving man. John loved Billy so much. The idea that John isn't Billy's biological father is just, it's tragic. It's honestly heartbreaking when you think about John's ghost, and how much he cherished his son. But then again, that doesn't explain why she's revealing it now. I mean, not exactly, but kind of. She's revealing it now because it's the absolute only weapon she has left to stop Victor from destroying Billy. She knows that Victor's one true weakness is his family, his blood. Victor will go to war for his children. He will protect his bloodline at all costs, even if he hates the person. By throwing that DNA test in his face, Jill is basically putting an impenetrable shield around Billy. She's saying, if you destroy him, you are destroying your own flesh and blood. You are destroying a Newman. Or maybe not. I don't know. Will Victor even care? Victor has treated Adam terribly in the past, and Adam is his son. But Victor has this weird, twisted sense of loyalty to his own DNA. If he knows Billy is a Newman, it completely changes the entire dynamic of the show. Like, everything changes. Every single interaction they have ever had is now completely recontextualized. Think about it. Every time Victor called Billy a loser, or a punk, he was insulting his own son. Every time Victor tried to run Billy out of town, he was banishing his own child. It's like some twisted Shakespearean tragedy. And what about Billy? How is Billy going to react when he finds out? Billy's entire identity is wrapped up in being an Abbott. He is currently trying to take over Chancellor Industries, specifically in the name of John Abbott. Wait! Holy crap, I just realized something. If Billy is not John Abbott's biological son, does his legal claim to Chancellor even hold up? He's basing this whole hostile takeover on the fact that he is an Abbott heir, claiming the unpaid loan from John gives the Abbotts the right to Chancellor. But if he is a Newman, maybe his legal standing completely evaporates? Oh my god, the legal ramifications of this are insane. Lily is going to have a field day with this if it comes out in court. Kane is going to lose his mind. The entire lawsuit is based on Billy being John's son. If he's Victor's son, he has no claim to the loan. Basically, Jill just saved Billy from Victor, but she might have completely destroyed his chances of getting Chancellor. Actually, no. First, I should mention the most disturbing part of all of this. My brain just caught up to the family tree. Victoria Newman. Billy and Victoria were married. They have children together, Johnny and Katie. Wait, if Billy is Victor's son, and Victoria is Victor's daughter, they are half-siblings. No, wait. Let me think. Is this true? Yes. Oh my god. I feel sick. I mean, soaps do this sometimes, they retcon things. But this is huge. How are the writers going to explain this? Are they going to say Victoria isn't Victor's? No, they can't do that. Are they going to say the DNA test Jill has is fake? Maybe Jill is faking the DNA test just to get Victor to back off. That has to be it, right? Because otherwise, the Billy and Victoria history is just too dark. Even for Genoa City, that is a line you just don't cross. But what if it's real? What if Jill isn't lying? She seems so desperate. You don't throw a fake DNA test at Victor Newman unless you are absolutely sure you can get away with it, or unless you are so desperate you aren't thinking straight. Jill is a smart woman. She knows Victor has the resources to run his own DNA test in about 5 minutes. He probably has a guy on standby just for this. So she must believe it's true. She must have known all along. And she let Billy marry Victoria? Okay, maybe she didn't know for sure? Maybe she just suspected and finally got a test done? I don't know. I'm spiraling. This is too messy. It's weird. Like, really weird. The whole thing is just weird. I'm sitting here trying to picture Victor's face when he looks at that piece of paper. Does his jaw drop? Does he get that cold, dead look in his eyes? He probably picks up the paper, looks at Jill, and says, "Is this some kind of sick joke?" And Jill, with tears in her eyes, screaming, "It's the truth, Victor. He is your son, and you are trying to ruin him." The acting in this scene is going to be phenomenal. I can already tell. And what about Jack? Oh my god. Jack Abbott. Jack has spent his entire life protecting Billy, loving Billy, fighting with Billy like brothers do. If Jack finds out that his little brother is actually the spawn of his absolute worst enemy, Victor Newman, Jack's head might literally explode. Jack is already dealing with so much trauma right now. Diane has been missing. Patty Williams is terrorizing them. Dr. Markham is out there. Jack is incredibly fragile right now. This news would break him. It would absolutely break him to know that the boy he helped raise is Victor's. And what about Adam and Nick? Adam is currently plotting with Chelsea to humiliate Billy. Adam hates Billy. Well, they tolerate each other sometimes, but mostly they are fierce rivals. Now they are half-brothers. Adam is going to be so disgusted. He already has to share his father's attention with Nick and Victoria, and now he has to share it with Billy Abbott? Adam might just snap. And Nick? Nick is in rehab, dealing with his own demons, dealing with the trauma of Matt Clark and his fentanyl addiction. Nick doesn't have the mental capacity to process a brand new brother right now. The Newman family dinners are going to be an absolute nightmare. Okay, I know I just said the opposite, but hear me out. What if Victor actually embraces Billy? I mean, Victor is obsessed with his legacy. He loves collecting his children. Look at how he brought Adam into the fold after years of hostility. What if Victor looks at Billy's ruthless aggression right now, the way Billy is going after Chancellor, the way he's ignoring everyone's warnings, the way he's acting so arrogant and entitled, and what if Victor sees himself in Billy? Seriously, think about it. Billy is acting exactly like a young Victor Newman right now. He's alienating his loved ones. He's making massive corporate power grabs. He's being completely stubborn and unyielding. Victor might look at that DNA test and suddenly it all makes sense to him. Ah, he's a scoundrel because he has my blood. Victor might actually respect Billy more now. He might try to pull Billy into Newman Enterprises. Can you imagine Billy and Adam working together under Victor? The building would explode in a week. But then again, that doesn't explain why Victor would just forgive Jill for hiding this for 40 years. Victor hates being lied to. He hates being kept from his children more than anything in the world. He is going to unleash hell on Jill. He might try to destroy her completely, but Jill doesn't care anymore. She's fearless right now, just like Lily. Jill is sacrificing herself to save Billy. She is willing to take the full force of Victor's wrath, if it means Victor calls off his dogs and stops trying to crush Billy's Chancellor dreams. Let's go back to Lily for a second, because I feel like she is getting lost in this massive family drama. Lily is standing her ground against Billy. She thinks she's fighting an Abbott, but if she's actually fighting a Newman, the game completely changes. The Newmans have infinite resources. If Victor decides to back Billy instead of Lily now that he knows Billy is his son, Lily is going to be crushed. Victor was supporting Lily, but Victor's loyalty to his bloodline always trumps everything else. Always. Lily might find herself facing the combined wrath of Billy and Victor. That is a terrifying thought. Lily is strong, but nobody is strong enough to fight Victor, and a newly empowered Newman-backed Billy. Probably doesn't matter, but I notice Sally Spectra is caught in the middle of all this too. Sally is engaged to Billy, and she just found out she's pregnant. She's terrified of Billy's obsession with Chancellor and how it's affecting their future. But if Billy finds out he's a Newman, how does that affect Sally? Sally has so much history with the Newmans. She was with Adam, she lost Adam's baby. Victor absolutely despises her. If she marries Billy, She's marrying back into the Newman family. Victor will be her father-in-law. Sally is going to have an absolute panic attack when she finds this out. She might just pack her bags and leave Genoa City for good. I mean, I would. Anyway, the point is, wait, what was the point? The point is that this DNA reveal is the biggest bombshell in the history of the show. It changes everything. It changes the Abbott family, the Newman family, Chancellor Winters, everything. I'm just trying to wrap my head around the logistics of it. I think it was episode 12 or 13, somewhere around there when Jill and Victor had that weird moment years ago, and I always wondered if there was more to that story. And now we know. They slept together over 40 years ago, and Billy is the result. I mean, I'm still stuck on the Victoria thing. I just can't get past it. Maybe they'll reveal Victoria's father is actually someone else? Like, they have to, right? Or maybe they'll just sweep it under the rug and never mention it again. Sort of like how they forget other storylines when it gets too complicated. But you can't forget this. This is too big. They have kids. Johnny and Katie. This is going to require some massive rewriting of history, or some seriously uncomfortable dialogue. What was I saying? Oh, right, Billy's aggression. It all comes back to that. Billy is pushing so hard for Chancellor because he feels like he needs to prove himself. He has always felt like the black sheep of the Abbotts, always trying to live up to John's memory, always trying to compete with Jack. And now we know why he never quite fit in. He was never an Abbott to begin with. He has the restless, ruthless, aggressive blood of Victor Newman running through his veins. It explains so much of his behavior over the years. His gambling, his risk-taking, his inability to settle down. It's the Newman curse. Basically, I'm going to be staying up all night thinking about this. The confrontation between Victor and Jill is going to go down in soap opera history. The way she yelled at him, the way she threw that paper. It's cinematic. And Billy is just clueless right now, sitting at the GCAC, sipping a drink, thinking he's the king of the world, completely unaware that his entire identity is a lie. It's poetic, in a really messed up way. I kind of love it, but I also kind of hate it. I don't know. I just know I can't stop thinking about it. I keep second guessing how Victor is going to handle this. Does he call off his attack on Billy immediately? Does he tell Nikki? Nikki is going to lose her mind. She just got her vision back. She just renewed her vows with Victor, and now she finds out he has another secret child with Jill Abbott of all people. Nikki and Jill despise each other. This is going to reignite a 40-year-old feud in the most explosive way possible. Nikki might actually leave Victor over this, not because he slept with Jill 40 years ago, but because of the sheer chaos this brings into their lives. And what about Jack's reaction? I need to go back to Jack, because I am so worried about him. Jack has always been the protector. If Jack finds out that Billy is Victor's son, will Jack reject him? No, Jack wouldn't do that. Jack raised him, but it will definitely put a massive strain on their relationship. Every time Jack looks at Billy, he's going to see Victor's smirk. It's going to be psychological torture for Jack. Okay, I need to wrap this up before I literally write a whole novel about this. The whole thing is just weird. Really, really weird. Billy getting aggressive, Lily standing strong, Victor plotting, and Jill dropping the mother of all DNA bombs. I am exhausted just thinking about it. But you better believe I will be glued to my screen to see how this plays out. I mean, how can you look away? The fallout from this is going to last for years. Or maybe not. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.